live button.
No worries.
Okay. Just give it a second. Bush is coming.
Yeah.
Literally, there was traffic on my way home from the fucking gym today. I get home 11:25, hop in the shower, set up the stream, just like that. I still have to make the thumbnail too and stuff, right?
Move your mic back a little bit.
Oh, sorry. I made the thumbnail and stuff like with the.
I could have done that for you if you needed me to.
Yeah, like I just hopped on and set everything up, so like I was just in my zone. Yeah, if you couldn't tell, I literally just hopped out of the shower. So we got the boys in here. Spicy hot, yo. Josh, hey, what's up? What's up, y'all? Nice to see the Noti gang out here. You love to see it. Yeah. Why is a thumbnail not rendering?
Not sure. For those of you who just saw clean shave for both of us, I guess. Yeah. For those of you who have not seen the news yet, Ezekiel Elliott is out for this game against the 49ers. So Ezekiel Elliott, if you have him, you obviously cannot play him. And if you're like me and you had Tony Pollard stashed on your bench, because this is the time of year when you stash guys like Tony Pollard, who could eventually become league winning types if the starter gets injured. I currently have Tony Pollard ranked as my RB 18. And the only people the people I have him over who I would consider benching for Tony Pollard are guys like Raheem Mostert, Kenyon Drake. Actually, I don't know about Kenyon Drake. Kenyon Drake, I'm going to move ahead of him. Raheem Mostert, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Wayne Gallman, David Johnson, Kareem Hunt, Leonard Fournette. I would play all of these guys, or I would play Tony Pollard over all easily, of them.
Yeah, for me, he's probably going to figure into like that Kareem Hunt, like RB 23 type area. I'm trying to think who else I have around him. I'm going to check my rankings right now. The probably cutoff for me would be like a guy like David Johnson. Like that's probably where I would cut it off.
And but for those of you who are curious, maybe you're like, oh man, well, like isn't the Niners defense good against the run? They are pretty good against the run. They're not like world beaters though. Over the last 5 games, they are allowing the 13th most fantasy points to the running back position, and that can be skewed by who you've played. But they've played some like meh running back situations. They played the Bills running back situation, who's not scaring anyone. They played J.D. McKissick, no Antonio Gibson last week when they played Washington. And they played the Rams trio, and this was before Akers took over the backfield. So, I mean, the 3 of those, and then they played Alvin Kamara one of those games. But it's not like a huge, like they're not a world-beating defense against the run. I think Tony Pollard, and we've all seen this, he's looked like the better running back all season, to be honest. And I think he's going to get enough like receiving work and all that kind of stuff to buoy his value as like a back end or a mid RB2, high end RB2 type range, in my opinion.
Yeah, I currently have I currently moved Tony Pollard up to 23 at my RB.
Oh, the Saints placed Jameis Winston on the reserve COVID list.
Of course. Fuck. He's one spot ahead of James Conner, if y'all want to know about that.
You only have him one spot ahead of James Conner?
I have Conner at 24. I have him at 23.
You don't believe in Pollard, huh?
I believe in him. It's just I'm a Cowboys fan. I've seen what this season looked like for us.
Do we have a game splits with what happens when Zeke Elliott is out?
He's definitely a way more efficient player than Zeke has been this year. But that's also because of his play style. He's just a player with more juice, right?
Who were we touting the handcuffs this year going into the season? Who were they? Tony Pollard was on that list.
Madison.
And I'm not saying, like, obviously this offense is not as good without Dak Prescott, but I still think Tony Pollard getting the majority of the work is an RB2 at minimum.
Yeah, no, I have him in the RB2 range. The guys that I have him directly after right now in a row, Kenyon Drake, Chris Carson, David Johnson, Clyde, Kareem Hunt, and Mostert. Those are the guys straight ahead of him. I wouldn't put him over any of those guys. But, like, I still think he's fine. I still think he's a good bit better than, like, Connor, McKissick, Gus Edwards, DeAndre Washington, like, those type of guys. But he's kind of like the divider for me between, like...
He's never played a game without Zeke Elliott in the lineup.
I know, and I'm excited to see what he can be able to do. I actually have to start him in a
I want to see if I can get a game where Zeke had, like, less than a certain amount of rush attempts, like if he left the game early or something.
By the way, what's up, Alfredo? Nice seeing you in the live. Evan says, hey, fellas, thanks again for amazing content. Appreciate that. Always look forward to your live streams. Have a quick question for today's game. All right, leave it. By the way, also, thanks for that. Clean shave. Yep, both of us. Pollard. Pollard is your answer there, Skywalker. I'm just going to say Skywalker because I don't know how to pronounce the first.
For sure.
You already answered Andrews over Tanya, and I'm glad I made that decision. There you go. Do we still roll with Kyler over Hurts? I'm down 68-0 after my opponent had Allen, Beasley, and Crosby. Especially in
Kyler has the higher ceiling. You have to
100%. I would go with Kyler regardless, but I mean, Kyler's ceiling could literally match what Allen did, like 37. I could definitely see Kyler putting up,
especially with Darius Slay out of this game.
Yeah.
For the Philadelphia Eagles, like I think DeAndre Hopkins was going to go off regardless, but without Darius Slay, that makes it even easier for DeAndre Hopkins to go off.
Oh yeah. Speaking of the matchup real quick. So in my semifinal, you mentioned Josh Allen, right? So in my semifinal for my main league that I care about, I faced Josh Allen. And typically obviously I'd be upset. Hey, the guy who started quarterback opposite of me or in my matchup put up 37 points. But when you have one of the few quarterbacks that can actually match that type of output in Lamar Jackson, like it takes that kind of burden a little bit less. I know everybody, even we preach not taking a solid quarterback early, but sometimes like having that type of upside at the position is a nice thing to have. So don't take them early, but it's just nice having a guy with that type of ceiling, right? So just want to elaborate on that because I understand what people mean when they say that. What up, Ruben? Anyone else see? Yeah. He opted out. If you guys aren't sure who Kyle Pitts is or what happened. So basically Kyle Pitts is the tight end for Florida. And after the SEC championship against Alabama last night, he said he's not playing in Florida's bowl game. Now, if you're talking about Kyle Pitts, you guys are going to see down the draft cycle what we're going to be bringing to you content-wise. Kyle Pitts is an absolute stud. He's the best tight end in this class. Probably a locked and loaded top 50.
Probably the best tight end we've seen come out in a couple of years, too. Him and TJ Hawkinson pretty close, yes. But he definitely, as far as a fantasy tight end, too, he's probably better for fantasy purposes than TJ Hawkinson because I would say TJ Hawkinson, a big part of the appeal for him was his blocking ability. Yep. And it's not that Kyle Pitts is a bad blocker, but he's definitely not at the level that TJ Hawkinson was. And that's a big part of why, one, we've seen TJ Hawkinson already break out in his second season, that early breakout, probably because of the blocking ability he was able to get on the field early. But two, TJ Hawkinson got drafted in the top 10 for that reason, too.
Think when you're talking about Kyle Pitts and how he could be used in the NFL, think like Darren Waller, right? You got a big 6'6", 250-pound tight end who can move. And that's ultimately probably how he's going to be used in the NFL. Now, I'm curious to see his landing spot because if he's put into a situation where he can demand a target share similar to what we saw Darren Waller do when he broke out as a tight end for Oakland or Las Vegas, this guy could be a contributor or tight end one right off the bat. And when I say tight end one, I'm not just talking about top 12 type option. I'm talking about like top 6. Like if he lands in the perfect spot to get volume right away, I think he can be that right away, even in his rookie season. I know tight ends usually take longer to develop, but this cat is different.
You know, it's like a really sneaky good landing spot for him. This probably wouldn't happen unless they traded down, obviously, because I don't think they'd pick him this high, but Cincinnati would be an awesome spot for him.
Oh yeah, no. When they were like slated at like the 9 spot earlier in the season because they were winning some games with Burrow. Every time, like when I would do an all-team mock draft, I'd always take Pitts for them at like 9.
Yeah.
So like they're gonna take Penei Sewell regardless. Like they have to. Like,
they have to. Is Jonah playing left tackle for them right now?
Yeah, but like you manage at that point. You move to the right.
Like, is that what like they're having to play left tackle? So you either move Sewell or Jonah to right. It doesn't matter which one, I guess, because they're both. I liked Jonah coming out. I thought he was a great prospect too. So
they got Bobby Hart at right tackle.
Yeah, right Bobby Hart's awful. So like you also need interior linemen too. So you probably I know like Joe Tooney's a free agent because he was franchise tag. Like if you signed Joe Tooney as a guard and then drafted Penei Sewell, that probably fixes your line, to be honest.
For sure.
You have a solid center, and I mean you have Suafilo, who's like not terrible, I guess, as an opposite guard.
Yep, for sure. Dan wasn't first, little hungover. Glad to see they're having a good time on a Saturday night, though. Watson or Big Ben?
Not even close.
Yep, agreed. PPR, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. Ayuk, Woods, Sanders, Akers. So for me, I would go with Ayuk as your wide receiver and Akers as your flex.
Oh, man, Ayuk and Woods is so close.
I have Ayuk higher, man. Dallas.
I think Woods is an awesome play this week too.
He's a top 12 play for me as well. I have Ayuk at 9 though. So
actually,
let me check. So
I think I'd go with the 2 receivers, dude. In a full PPR, I think I'd go with the 2 receivers.
I have Ayuk at 8 and Woods at 11. And
I honestly, the full PPR, I think I would go with the 2 receivers because Sanders, we've seen his value not be that great as far as like receiving work goes because he drops passes and all that kind of stuff. Plus, Jalen Hurts probably not isn't going to have a higher propensity to throw to running backs because he's a mobile quarterback. So I actually think Ayuk and Woods are the 2 better plays here. And Akers is going to be solid in this game. But again, I've talked about the matchup. It's better for the pass than it is for the run. So I can see them leaning on the pass more in this game because that's how Sean McVay thinks. He's a game planner. He's going to realize that it's a pass funnel defense. And Cam Akers doesn't really do much in the receiving game either. So I think the PPR aspect lends itself to Woods too.
We may have to do a cross-positional Akers versus Woods bet.
I'll do that.
All right, bet. Okay. The
reason why PPR, to be clear.
No, that's fine. That's fine. The reason why I go with Akers over Woods here, I mean, I understand that it's a more favorable matchup for the pass, but the Jets just suck all around on defense.
Oh, I know they do.
And bad against both.
Could very well score a bunch of touchdowns and stuff, but I think the safer play for sure is Woods, and I think he has an equal ceiling.
It's just hard for me to evaluate the receiver here being the safer play, considering that the running back we're talking about has 54 opportunities across the last 2 weeks and isn't a matchup that
opportunities are catches.
That's fair, but I mean, this is a matchup where he's averaging 27 opportunities these past 2 games, playing the Jets in a game that should get out of hand pretty early. Like, I just don't see any way he doesn't get 22, 24 type touches in this game. And if that's the case, I mean, that's a top 10, maybe even top 5 running back on the week.
So 3 of the last 4 games, Robert Woods has 7+ catches. Catches, not targets, catches.
Oh, no. Woods is fantastic.
And the game that he doesn't have it was against New England where he was being shadowed by Stephon Gilmore.
No. This has nothing to do with me like not liking Woods. I have him as my wide receiver 11 on the week, but I have Akers.
I might move him up, dude. He
has to go up if you're.
Yeah, dude. He could catch 8 to 10 passes in this game.
Oh, for sure.
And that floor is just ridiculous. If he gets into the end zone, he also carries the ball a couple times a game too. Like I think his ceiling is like a 35-point game too, along with his floor of like 15, 20 points.
Try to catch up on some of these questions, and I got to change to my chair after we catch up a bit. Akers, Robinson, Montgomery. The one I benched there is actually Robinson. I know it's tough.
Yeah, I would bench Robinson there too.
I know it's tough because he's probably carried you to this point, but the other 2 options just have way more appealing matchups. Mm-hmm. Start 3 standard: Brown, Terry, Ridley, Akers, Davis. I'm personally going with Brown, Ridley, and Akers.
I have Terry ahead of Ridley.
Ridley and Terry is really close for me, but
yeah,
man, I have Ridley.
Haskins playing. Haskins has been better for Terry, like just in general, but Haskins is also just not a good quarterback, and the offense probably not going to move the ball all that well in this game. They might have like low time of possession and all that kind of stuff, which is a big deal. And that's a big lesson I've learned this year is like bad offenses don't have the ball very often because they're punting all the time. So I think I would go with AJ Brown, Cam Akers for sure. And then it's really a toss up between Ridley and Terry. I trust Carlton Davis for the Bucs. So I think I'm going to go with Terry McLaurin.
That's fair. Let's catch up a couple more, and then I got to change this chair because I forgot to get a comfy one. Half point PPR, start 1 running back, 1 flex. Swift, Dobbins, Woods, and Hilton. For me, this is Swift and Woods.
Yeah, I think it's Swift and Woods for me too. Dobbins and Swift is pretty close, but I think I'd go Swift. We've seen his volume is safer than Dobbins. Dobbins is a guy that gets usually 12 to 15 opportunities is his like floor usually, but his ceiling is only like 18 to 20. And I think Swift's ceiling is like 25 touches.
For sure. Andrews or Cook, I'd go with Andrews there. Not close for me.
I like Cook this week, but Andrews is like a top 3 tight end.
Ty or Pollard's actually a pretty interesting debate.
I don't think it's close. I think it's Pollard.
Really?
Yeah.
I have Ty as a top 22 receiver.
Scoring format might sway that a little bit if it was a full PPR, but I still think Pollard's going to have a lot of value in the receiving game. And I was looking on Sharp Football Stats about San Francisco's like defense and their tendencies. They're actually more prone to explosive runs and pass catching running backs, which bode well for Tony Pollard.
For sure. I agree too. I have Pollard slightly higher at Ty, but it's closer for me than it is for you. Flex Lockett, Hollywood, Davis. This is Lockett for me.
It's Lockett. It's really not that close.
Yeah.
I mean, Davis is a good start too, but I think Lockett's you can't bench Lockett with his ceiling.
I didn't even know it was Corey Davis.
It's a bit closer now that I know it's Corey Davis. Yeah. Lockett's ceiling, you just can't bench him. If you need a floor, though, I think Corey Davis will have a higher floor, especially if it's a full PPR league.
I'm going Davis against the Lions, man. I just completely overlooked Davis because I saw Hollywood. I'm going Corey Davis there, Carl.
I don't think he can lock it in week 15. I don't think he can do it.
That's fair, but Corey Davis is also a safer option and has a way better matchup. Like,
yeah, he definitely has a better matchup and is a safer option, but Washington's defense has been more prone to wide receivers recently. And as I mentioned, Dwayne Haskins probably not going to have the ball very often. He's probably not going to move the ball very much on offense, which means the Seahawks on the other side of things will have the ball very often, and that could lead to a lot of pass volume.
That's fair. My advice here would be if you're looking for an absolute upside shot, you go with Lockett. If you're looking for a safe, say 8 to 12 half PPR points, I think Davis is basically locked into that. So
one thing I'm gonna do, sorry to interrupt you, but one thing I'm gonna do in the offseason is I think I'm gonna go through and talk about like what teams had the highest third down conversion and like were able to move the ball the most, and see if that correlated with fantasy production. Because I really think the narrative of like, oh, they're gonna throw the ball from behind, it has some validity, but you also need to be able to get first downs.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh, we're behind.
Mark Ingram's a healthy scratch. Giddy up, JK and Gus.
Yeah. Sanders or James Robinson, full PPR. This is Sanders for me slightly. I think I have Sanders at 11 right now and Robinson at 14.
I'm going to move Dobbins up a little bit.
I have Dobbins at 13 right now.
I'm at 14, so I'm going to move. I think I'm going to move him.
He's ahead of Sanders. That's the only.
I'm going to move him ahead of Chris Carson for sure.
Oh, Carson, I have.
I don't know why he wasn't already ahead of him, to be honest. And I'm gonna move ahead of Montgomery too.
That's fair. I have Akers, Montgomery at 9.
Moving him ahead of Akers too. He's going RB 11.
Fair. I have him at RB 11, but I'm ahead of other guys. Sorry, Sanders or Robinson. Sanders. We went that.
Yeah, I'll go Sanders there.
McLaurin,
full PPR makes it closer though because Robinson's more involved in the passing game.
I would go in order here: McLaurin, Jefferson, and CH.
Can you not start Godwin in the flex? If it's CH or Antonio, can you not? Or unless these are all different leagues, I don't know. But
I go Godwin over CH.
I would go Godwin over CH, especially in a PPR. But he says all PPR, which means leads me to believe it's different leagues.
Yeah, same.
So I'll go McLaurin, I'd go Godwin over Jefferson, and then CEH. Especially PPR.
Okay, I know I hate Nyheim Hines, but he's the clear first option out of these bunch.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I would say the second option is Lim Bowden.
Yeah, Chase Edmonds is like probably going to be limited, I think. Yeah, no worries. I think they said Chase Edmonds is going to test his ankle or whatever he's dealing with before the game, and whether or not he's like comfortable in playing or not. I think either way, Chase Edmonds has a bit of a reduced role. So I think he's not even remotely in play for me, even though he's been like a solid option all season. I don't think I touch Chase Edmonds knowing that he's limited to some fashion in this game. I agree. I think it's Nyheim Hines is the clear one for me. And then especially because it's PPR, I'm not touching Sony Michel, and I'll take Lynn Bowden. Yeah,
same. Akers or Swift? I have Akers slightly higher. I know
I have Swift higher.
Yeah, so
we're no help to you.
Scoring format's going to be key here because if it's a PPR, I'll concede to Swift, but if it's a half PPR, I'm still sticking with my guns with Akers here.
I'll take Swift in both formats.
Fair. We might have to make that a little one, even though I like both of them.
Yeah. Do you want to do a rookie 2 stack? You want to take 2 rookies each?
Sure.
I'm sure you want Dobbins too, but I'll take Dobbins. I think Dobbins gonna be awesome this week. If Mark Ingram's a healthy scratch, I think he's going off.
Hey, if you want Dobbins, can I have Taylor?
Yeah, let's do it. We'll go Swift, Dobbins versus Taylor and Akers. I'm that confident in Dobbins.
Wow. Okay.
I know Taylor's the best of the 4 options, but
yeah. No, I have Swift or I have Taylor like 3 this week or 4.
Did you see I dropped 100 points in our listener league on that guy before he's even had a player play?
That's fucked, bro.
Or sorry, he had Keenan Allen play, which is even worse.
Dude,
but
bro, if I lost by 3 without having McCaffrey, man.
Yeah.
Like if he just came back.
There's big news in my home league. You saw I sent you the thing today where Devontae Adams only dropped 7 points, which is big. And in the other matchup, the guy who I'm scared to play in the finals because he has McCaffrey, right? Because I don't want to play McCaffrey in week 16.
Yeah.
And he already has a good team, like aside from McCaffrey. He played against Josh Allen and and Cole Beasley and Noah Fant. So like that is big.
Yeah, that's huge. Pick 2, Jefferson, Godwin. Oh my God,
I'll go with Godwin and Ayuk.
I'll go with Jefferson and McLaurin are like back to back.
I don't want to sit any of these guys personally.
I'm going with Jefferson and Ayuk. Let me get the 2 young bucks, 2 rooks.
You can't be calling them young bucks and not put Godwin in there.
Kyle Pitts a better pass catcher.
Yeah, I think he's a more explosive pass catcher than TJ Hawkinson. I still think TJ Hawkinson was an underrated receiver when coming out. People were like, oh, he's like known for his blocking ability, and he is, but he's still like just as explosive as a guy like Noah Fant or something like that.
For sure. I have New Orleans defense, New England, and Arizona are available. Need upside, New England, question mark. Let me look at the match right now. So
the upside's huge against a rookie quarterback. The upside for New England's defense is huge.
First of all, I'm absolutely not
a defense special teams too, because New England we all know is capable of throwing up a special teams touchdown. I think I'd go with New England pretty easily there.
I'd absolutely go with New England because I mean you're not starting New Orleans against the Chiefs. That's just not a thing.
No.
I mean
Arizona against like Jalen Hurts, like Arizona's defense isn't very good, so I don't really want to start them.
I agree with you there. I'll go with the Pats. Need 1 half-point PPR. Higgins without Bradbury, QT, Chark, and Bowden with all receivers out, question mark. I'm going with Higgins here.
I'd go with Chark. Give me the upside of Chark. I know there's actually a lot of injuries in that Jacksonville Baltimore game as far as the corners go on the Ravens side of things.
Jared Smola tweeted that, yeah.
Yeah, Jared or was it Hayden Winks or Jared Smola? One of them tweeted it. Like the top 3 corners for the Jags are out. And then I'm pretty sure Jimmy Smith is out. And then Marcus Peters is like doubtful or questionable or something like that. So TJ Chark, he gets targets. Like that's all we can count on with DJ Chark. They're bad targets. They're low quality targets.
2 for 10.
The quarterback play is bad, but if you hit one of them, that's all you need with DJ Chark. So I'll go with DJ Chark, even though I like Rashard Higgins without James Bradbury too. But
I'm willing to be absolutely exposed by him. I'm starting Gage over him in my home league for the semifinal.
That's a bad decision, dude. I would start DJ Chark over Gage.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Every time I've had to rely on Chark, he's fucking shit the bed for me.
How many times have you relied on Gage?
I've actually relied on him a couple times.
Don't be sleeping on Ross Cockrell now, dude. He's elite.
We'll see. Oh, is Dean out?
Let me check. I think he is. He was listed as doubtful, so I'd assume he's out.
I really like AB, but man, Kupp is a must start in this matchup against the freaking Jets. Just not Kupp's a top 15 or 16 receiver for me this week, so I'll go with Kupp here. Joseph.
Jamel Dean's active.
Okay, perfect. fire up the gauge. I'm assuming you're Kupp over AB as well, right?
Kupp over AB, yes, I would be 100%.
Yep. Okay, so Ayuk over Scary Terry, in my opinion, and then for the second decision, Miles or Swift, I'd go with Swift.
Ayuk or I'd go Ayuk there, and then I'd go Swift over Miles, but it's so close.
Yeah, same. Baker or Rivers. Also, happy Sunday, boys. If Rivers has a better matchup, but Baker's just a much better player.
Which is wild because Baker's actually playing really well. Like he's playing the way he played his rookie season. And again, I'm gonna go back to the fact that Odell is a cancer. So
yeah, fuck it. Give me Baker.
Give me Baker. Honestly, give me Baker. I get fantasy football at its core is trusting good players, and I think I was always higher on Baker. So I always have a soft spot for him. But I think he's a better quarterback than Rivers, so I'll play him.
I'm going Hilton and Godwin here, and I'm assuming you're going Deontay and Godwin.
I would go Deontay and Godwin. Yeah.
Fair.
Especially in a full PPR. Deontay is going to catch more balls than Hilton, and you can't convince me otherwise.
Respectable.
I mean, if he actually catches them.
Okay, so my boy Jared here. Raps had Allen, Jacobs, Aaron Jones, Waller, and holy crap, he had everybody go off in Saturday and Thursday.
That hurts. That really hurts.
Got to go Chark over Higgins and at that point, given
you have to
all the points there, you got to go for the ceiling there. So, Jared, I would actually go with Chark as well. I believe.
I think Parker's playing, isn't he?
Parker's playing, but
Bowden's still fine either way because the whole offense is questionable. So I honestly don't think the Patriots win that game. I don't think the Dolphins do much of anything on offense because I think the Patriots against rookie quarterbacks that's not a good sign for.
We saw with Herbert.
Yeah, we saw with Herbert, and Herbert's played. Cover your ears, Dolphins fans. He's played way better than Tua. So
way better. And I love Tua. Tua was my number 3 overall player last year coming out, but Herbert's been the better player.
I hate Bucs Twitter sometimes. There's people who are like, for this game for the Bucs to win this game, Leonard Fournette needs to have a great outing. It's like, no, he doesn't. We can win this game very easily if Leonard Fournette does nothing.
Sorry. Out of this, I would prefer Mostert over Wilson. And for the question, would you start both? I would absolutely have to know your other options because I don't mind Wilson. He's a top 30-ish running back for me this week. I would just need to know who your other options are in the flex. Pollard or CD? This is Pollard for me, and it's not particularly close. I love CD as the player, but we've seen the splits with Dak and without Dak are not pretty. Pollard's just a much safer bet against the Niners today. Dan and I you remember that, Tyler? big plays. So we got Papa Lepre back in the cut. Just picked up Pollard because Zeke owner is a moron. 10-3, and no, he'll have to play Gage in the flex. Tough. Yeah, I love
He
Gage.
played Gage in the flex, and he could have picked up Pollard. Oh, that's so bad.
Like, I love Gage, but man, fuck, Pollard would have been so much nicer for that guy.
Yeah. Rule number one, if you have a clear handcuff to one of your running backs in the fantasy playoffs, you better have him on your roster. That's why I have Gus Edwards on my roster with J.K. Dobbins, and that's why I have Latavius Murray on my roster with Alvin Kamara, and that's why I had Tony Pollard on my roster, even though I didn't have Zeke.
Dude, I have Alvin Kamara, and this one guy in my league literally owns like 6 or 7 of the handcuffs. I'm like, why?
Yeah, it happens. That's what people do. It's smart, and that guy's looking smart right now because he probably has Tony Pollard.
He's got like all these, yeah, but he didn't make the playoffs.
Okay, that's annoying. But
he's just stashing them.
The guy in my league who I'm playing just said, "Jesus Christ, the stars are aligning for you because Ingram's a healthy scratch, and I get to play Tony Pollard." So,
Pick 3: Hollywood, Claypool, Parker, Chenault, Shepard. Thanks, guys. Keep it up. Appreciate that, Brendan. And out of those options, so pick 3. I'm going Hollywood.
Why is Hollywood the best option on this list?
That's what I'm saying. I'm going Hollywood, Claypool, and Shepard.
Yeah, I don't trust Laviska Shenault. I'd love to trust Laviska Shenault, but I don't. So I'll go with Hollywood, Claypool, and Shepard. If you really need, I don't even care actually about ceiling. I'd play Shepard over Shenault any day of the week.
Yep. And bench his sorry ass. What's up, guys? Should I start Montgomery or J.K. Dobbins?
JK. I'm going JK, dude. With Ingram a healthy scratch. Okay, so I said J.K. Dobbins' is touch floor is 12 to 15. Usually that's his floor. In a game against Jacksonville, the worst run defense DVOA in the NFL. His touch floor just went from 12 to 15 carries to 15 to 18 carries. Plus, he's going to get, it's a PPR league. He's going to get some receiving potential, maybe not volume for sure, but he runs the most routes. He's on the field for the most receiving plays. So there's a chance he catches some balls as well. I think he's the better start of Montgomery. And Montgomery has a tougher matchup this week compared to the one he's had the past couple.
I hope you're right because I play against Montgomery in the semis, and I already played against Josh Allen in that matchup.
I also own J.K. Dobbins, so I am a little bit biased, but I think he's.
I mean, it's really close for me regardless. I have Montgomery at 9 and Dobbins at 12 and half PPR. Obviously, full PPR skews that a little bit towards Dobbins. So they would probably be literally back to back in my ranking. So I'm fine with taking Dobbins there because the matchup is so nice.
Yep.
Also hope Dobbins snaps in the receiving game because I have Lamar Jackson. So
Yahoo's projected points for Tony Pollard's 13.84, dude. That's higher than Dobbins' projected points.
Damn. Flex PPR, Pollard, Bowden, Claypool. Pollard, not close for me.
Pollard.
My opponent had Stephon Diggs in that picture I sent y'all yesterday, but I still have faith. Oh, yeah. I remember the picture he sent us of his matchup. The guy had Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, that hurts.
Montgomery, Akers, Sanders. Pick 2 for standard. I'm going with Montgomery and Akers there. Sorry, not Sanders. My bad. I'm going Montgomery.
I'd go with I would take Montgomery. I would go with Akers and Sanders.
Even in standard, man?
Yeah, I would. I don't think Montgomery's played well. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on the way he's playing, but this is a tougher matchup. He's played some of the easiest defenses in the league against the run the past couple weeks. If you're telling me who's the better running backs on this list, I think it's Sanders and Akers. And that's fantasy football at its core. Play your better players. So I think it's Akers and Sanders for me.
Fair. Man. No fat baby. Rewarding for trusting in my players. Also, I think I'm going to go with James Robinson over Lockett in my flex. Oh, I'm absolutely fine with going Robinson over Lockett.
Danny, what's the payout structure in our redraft league? Mike just asked in our group chat.
I haven't. I'll check after the live stream, but
you recorded it somewhere?
Yeah. It's we got all the money collected in.
Did you make it in? Oh, it's in the league safe or whatever. Yeah,
League or league safe, one of those. But I think it was $30 buy-in, so I think it was 240, 120, I believe.
Was it for first and second?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
That's a big buyout or a big pay difference for second place. I play in a lot of leagues where it's like winner take all, dude. Like I play my home league is winner take. It's a 12-team league and winner gets 10 buy-ins.
Tough. Damn.
Yeah.
No fan baby rewarding much. Yeah, I'm fine with going Robinson over Lockett personally. I think it's a much safer play. Jasicki, Parker, and Grant all inactive. Should I play Bowden over Juju or Miles? No.
Not over Miles Sanders or Juju.
No.
He's a desperation play. You don't play him over guys like that.
If only he had wide receiver eligibility, then I would actually contemplate having him in my lineup because my running backs right now in that league are Taylor, Kamara, David Johnson, and fucking
Alvin Ahmed is active, right?
Yeah.
I think he is. So Sullivan Ahmed, if you have DeAndre Washington, you can't play him because Sullivan Ahmed is probably going to get more work than him. But even Sullivan Ahmed coming off of a multi-week injury, I'd almost just avoid the backfield altogether if you can. I don't think either of them are like a top 25 play, but I think I would put Ahmed ahead of Washington.
Yeah, I agree there. Gio Bernard was just dropped in my home league.
Yeah, good.
Jokes. Oh, sorry. Mostert, Carson, Wilson, or Michelle, PPR. This Mostert versus Carson's close for me. Holy shit. In the PPR, I think I'm going Carson because of the PPR factor, but like they're probably back-to-back in my rankings. Because Carson will catch more passes than Mostert, but man, the matchup against Dallas is so nice.
I'll
Carson.
I think I would take Carson slightly, but Mostert's close.
This is Gage for me for sure. Gage is the number one for me. I know you're gonna say Chark is the number one for you.
Chark, I actually Claypool. I think I'd go Chark and Claypool. In a standard league, go for the touchdowns. Those guys have a chance to get the touchdowns.
I'm going Gage and Claypool. Pick 2, Mostert, Clyde, Bowden. The first two, not close for me. I'm assuming you're the same.
It is the first two.
Dalton Schultz or Jonnu or I would actually go with Irv Smith out of all these guys. I just trust the volume way more for Irv Smith compared to even Jonnu. And then for Schultz, yeah, his volume should be higher, but the upside just isn't there from him to Jonnu or Irv. So
I don't trust volume for Irv Smith or Jonnu, to be honest. I don't think either of them are guaranteed volume, but I will lean Irv Smith slightly.
Yeah, not to mention, I mean, the matchup against Chicago gives up
yeah. Well, I mean, Jonnu plays the Lions, dude.
Fair, but I don't know. Should I start? Yes. Pollard over Connor. I actually said it right when
100%. I would start Pollard over Connor.
I think that's in the league I'm with him. I'm in with him. Hurts. Okay, so in order, I would go Hurts, Goff, Trubisky.
I have Goff highest of those guys.
That's fair.
I have Goff. I think I have Hurts at 12 and Goff at 11. So I think I have them like really close, but I would play Goff over Hurts.
I got Hurts 11, Goff 12, and then Trubisky at 14. So yeah. Ingram is out. Yep, there you go.
That helps everyone who has Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins.
For real. Papa LaPree saying it right now. If y'all are watching the live stream, we have 35 in here right now. I see right in the top left corner.
There's my dog.
Jody. Make sure you go hit that like button. Appreciate that. Helps the YouTube algorithm a ton. And we'll get recommended to more people. If we're helping you out, make sure other people can see and we can help them as well. So that being said, also, if you're new to the channel, as always, hit that subscribe button. Anyways, let's get into some more questions. Oh, yeah, he mentioned Devontae Parker, and a bunch of Dolphins fans got toxic on him.
Yeah, whatever. Devontae Parker, he's fine, I guess.
Malachi says this as well. You guys better catch up on that regard. PPR, Gage or Bowden with Gage for me.
I'd start Bowden.
I'm going Gage.
I don't think neither guy is a slam dunk. So give me the upside of Bowden. I don't think Gage's upside is all that great. I think his floor is probably a bit higher, but I don't think either of them have a great floor.
Give me Gage.
Olamide, Zacchaeus could catch all the passes for all we know with Atlanta. Like
Pollard, not close.
Yeah, Pollard not even remotely close.
I'm going Breeze over Roethlisberger.
Without Michael Thomas, it's pretty close. If Michael Thomas was playing, it wouldn't even be close. But I think I would start Drew over Ben.
I'm going Pollard over Antonio, but I mean, like I still really like Antonio, especially with the PPR. But I'm going Pollard.
Yeah, I don't think Antonio's not very safe, to be honest. Like he's a guy that is going to catch either 8 passes or he's going to catch 2. Like that's just how it works for him sometimes. So I'll go with Tony Pollard. The volume floor there is way higher.
For sure. And I just noticed Brendan missed our answer, so we'll just quickly go over it again. For your question, we said Hollywood, Claypool, and Shepard.
Yeah.
So, there you go. I just noticed he commented at the bottom, and like he already commented with the question. So Gronk here for me, Keith.
Yeah, I'd go with Gronk too.
Nice Gronk spike.
I ace has 3 separate leagues, yeah.
There you go. So I start Pollard or Kareem Hunt? I have
Pollard higher.
I have Hunt 1 spot higher.
I have Pollard like 7 spots higher. So
wow. Hunt versus Pollard right now. Half PPR.
Easily, okay. Dude. I have Pollard at 18 and Hunt at 24.
Yeah. I have Hunt at 22 and Pollard at 23. Got that written down. I don't even know what the score is right now. All I know is I went like 7-1 last week.
Facts.
Lockett, Hilton, Ayuk, or AB. Pick 2 to start. Full point PPR. Help. I'm in need and in the semifinals. Please and thanks. Ayuk is the one that's not leaving your lineup here.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
out of the 3 options,
I'd go with Lockett, not Hilton.
Yeah. Yep, I agree.
Yep.
Pick 3: Hopkins, AJ Brown, A-Rob, and Ridley. Wow, you're in a really nice spot, and I'm sitting
Hopkins
Ridley.
absolutely not leaving your lineup. Neither is AJ Brown, and probably not Robinson either. I think Calvin Ridley's a pretty easy sit for me there.
Yep. I have David Johnson ranked higher here. That's literally the cutoff for me.
And Chris, if you weren't here earlier, the reason we would sit Calvin Ridley easily is because of the matchup with Carlton Davis and shadow coverage.
David Johnson for me over Pollard, literally like that's the cutoff for me.
You actually play David Johnson over Tony Pollard.
Yes,
that has to be the easiest bet I'll ever make if you want to write that one down.
Right. We'll do it right now. So you want to change from Hunt to David Johnson then?
I will take you. Both of them combined have less points than Tony Pollard. I'm not even kidding.
Dude, I'm a Cowboys fan. So which one do you want, Hunt or David Johnson against Pollard? I don't care with either.
I don't care. I literally don't care.
You choose.
Give me plus 10 points handicap.
I don't need a handicap here.
No. Plus 10 handicap. Tony Pollard outscores both of them combined.
Oh, okay.
I'll take actually. Give me 7 points.
All right, sure. I literally wrote plus 7 HC.
Yeah.
PPR McLaurin or Johnson. This is McLaurin, not close for me, Keith. I'm assuming you're saying McLaurin over Johnson.
Yeah, I would go McLaurin. I'd take Jeff Wilson there.
I'm going Gage, full PPR.
Full PPR is definitely closer. I still take Jeff Wilson though.
Fair. Parker's out. Yep.
Okay, yeah, so he is out then.
Jalen Hurts not close for me there. Jason.
Mm-hmm.
I have Jalen Hurts at quarterback 11.
Yep.
Tampa Bay or San Fran defense. I'm going Tampa Bay.
I'll go Tampa Bay too, but San Fran's defense is a fine play.
Yep. What's up, y'all? What's up, Edward? Nice seeing you in the stream. In a separate league, full PPR, Evans or Lockett. I'm going Lockett here, like thin.
That's so close.
Like literally razor thin. The only reason why I'm going Lockett over Evans is because, yes, Evans has a favorable matchup, but he's got the least favorable matchup of all Bucs receivers, if you will. And I mean, AJ Terrell, I say, is a favorable matchup, but he's actually been playing a lot better recently. So Evans is still a much better player. But out of all the options, I mean, fucking Brown is going against. Who'd you say Brown was matched up against? Actually, I can check it right now.
Who? Antonio? He has whoever is filling in for Darqueze Dennard. So I'll check right now who that is. I got it up right now.
Yeah, you good.
Tampa Bay. Okay, so it says AJ Terrell, but AJ Terrell is going to shadow Mike Evans. So it's going to be. I've never even heard of this guy.
Bleedy Ray Wilson.
Yeah, I've never even heard of him.
Yeah, taking the advantages of the Bucs receivers.
They're all over 35%.
They're all over 38%.
We got almost 60% against Isaiah Oliver.
38%, 39%, 58%. Jeez.
I'm pretty sure that he is the lowest rated corner on PFF, Isaiah Oliver. I'm pretty sure he's the lowest rated corner.
Crazy. Bowden versus this is Hunt, not close for me. And then Tannehill versus Murray, it's Murray. So
yeah, it's Murray. I don't care who Tannehill's playing. You can't sit Kyler Murray with no Darius Slay on the other side.
However, on this one, in a full PPR, I'm taking Bowden over Jeff Wilson. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's really close. I think I would take Jeff Wilson though.
Pollard or Ty in a full PPR. I'm going
That's
Pollard.
Not close. It's Pollard. It's not close.
I'm going Pollard, but I do like Ty more than you. Hurts to Deshaun Watson. Thanks. I love Hurts a lot, but man, I'm not setting him over Deshaun Watson in my semifinal matchup, Patrick.
Yeah, you can't sit Deshaun Watson. He's a stud.
Yeah. Okay, so we got there Godwin, Boyd, Deontay Johnson, or McLaurin. Need 2. Thanks, y'all. And he also said later on, I believe, half PPR. Okay. So
are we actually caught up on questions right now?
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah, that's rare.
McLaurin and Godwin for me in a half PPR there, Edward.
Yeah, I'll take McLaurin and Godwin.
Do you guys think that Breeze is going to play the whole game? If he doesn't get hurt during the game?
I know Breeze is a little bit of a risk just because he could get re-injured or something if he takes a big hit. They said he's cleared. Medical professionals that know a lot more information about Breeze, who've worked one-on-one with Breeze, said he's cleared to play. So I don't think they'd throw him out there because this is literally an injury that could kill you. Like a punctured lung. They would not play him if he was not healthy. So I'm going to believe the medical professionals. I know some of the fantasy doctors out there are a little concerned. I know Dr. Jesse Morris was like, bad idea. He's like, bad idea. So that's a little concerning. But again, Jesse Morris hasn't worked on him one-on-one. So I'll trust the doctors that are working with him one-on-one.
For sure. Like, as good as Jesse Morris is, like, come on, I'll trust the
he'd be the first to say, I haven't worked on him specifically.
I don't think, okay. So the Saints are what, 3-1 with Taysom Hill under center? I don't think they would just rush Breeze back into the matchup just to do so. A 41, 42-year-old quarterback. They're not going to rush into the game unless they're 100% certain that he's going to be fully healthy coming in. So I know it's a risky injury. I know it's terrifying to think about the punctured lung, to think about how many ribs he cracked. But if the medical team is pushing out there, if the Saints are confident in starting him, I would be confident in starting him as well.
Yeah,
so.
I don't think this is a situation where they're like, oh, we need to win this game. It's Kansas City. Like, they can't get they can get the 1 seed, I guess. But the Packers, it looked like they secured the 1 seed.
Packers beat them straight up, no?
Yeah, they did. So I think the Saints would have to have the Packers lose their next 2 games, wouldn't they?
Yep.
For them to get the 1 seed.
Also, Aaron Rodgers MVP. Like, I just wanted to say that again. I've already said it these last 4 weeks or so. But
I think what Mahomes does today does contribute, because it's a good ass team that they're playing. So
yeah. Connor, Wilson, Hollywood, Kirk, or Gus Bus. I need a flex. Why am I most confident with Hollywood and then Gus Bus in that order?
Gus Edwards without Mark Ingram might be the best player.
Those two are like clear above everyone else, and it's crazy when you're thinking about.
Is it too cute to sit James Conner? Do you think it's too cute?
No, I'm sitting him regardless.
You think he's a sit, huh?
Yeah, I don't want to deal with that at all.
I think I would sit Gus, or I think I'd start Gus Edwards. I think he's the best guy there.
Yeah, I agree. I'm actually moving.
I think to me, James Conner is second though.
Yeah, no, I agree. Oh wait, who's the other one? No, I'm starting Marquise Brown over Connor pretty easily for me personally. Yeah, I mean Marquise Brown against, as we mentioned, that battered Jacksonville secondary stonks up.
Yeah, it's potential.
Here, I'm just adding some guys into my rankings right now because they got ruled out. And then I'll click the next question. Just give me a sec. Okay.
I'll just read it off. Papa Lapre says, with all the Pollard talk, Pollard or leave Scary Terry? And
Scary Terry for me, boss.
What's the scoring format? I need it.
I'm going Scary Terry regardless.
I'm tempted. I think it's probably a little too cute, but
way too cute in my opinion.
I'm tempted.
Hunter Antonio Brown. I'm going Hunt there, even though I really like AB. I'm going against Ridley this week, so this. Yeah, hopefully.
This Carlton Davis guy held Michael Thomas to like 40 yards in 2 games combined. And he also held Devontae Adams to 30 yards. So let's put some respect on Carlton Davis's game. And if that Tyreek game doesn't happen, Carlton Davis is an all-pro corner this year.
Yeah, I agree. I don't understand why when people click into the stream, it doesn't show the thumbnail that I made, but whatever. Right. They tweeted last night he was active when I made that tweet. Then this morning pain.
Oh, that's weird.
I picked up Pollard so my opponent couldn't. Yeah, that's what you got to do. I love that.
Yeah, that's blocking for sure. And
I
picked up Pollard. I'd like to know who you're starting, that you're not starting Pollard, because
for real. I also like that he's actually making the right decision there.
Yeah, that's the right decision. I would start Jeff Wilson 10 times out of 10 over Todd Gurley.
Yep. Hey guys, Connor Limboden or Jeff? I'm assuming that's Jeff Wilson.
Yeah.
He said it later on. So
I'd start James Conner.
Yeah,
personally. I think I'd start James Conner.
I agree. Davis or Johnson? Thanks, guys. I'm going Davis here. Davis is my wide receiver 19 on the week.
He's also I think he's also my wide receiver 19. But the question is, where do I have Deontay?
I have Deontay at 27.
I have Deontay at 21. So I would go with Corey Davis as well.
Yeah, I'm going to move Deontay up a little bit because I had Claypool ahead of him, and I just don't agree with that now. I moved Claypool to 29, if that helps. By the way, if you guys are wondering like what we're referencing when we say like, oh, we have this guy here, that guy there, yada, 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 our rankings are actually posted on our site. So I will link it here. Sorry. I had
the fantasystockexchange.com is the site domain. If you need a simple start set question, we do like update our rankings based on how we would start these players. It's not like trying to do better in ECR. At least that's how I do my rankings. So if you want, like the way I look at it is when I'm doing my rankings, I'm like, okay, so I got Cooper Kupp and Terry McLaurin back to back. Who would I start? Cooper Kupp's the answer for me. So yeah, that's just the way I look at it.
So yeah, I posted that in the thing right there, and I'm going to pin it. So basically, again, Bush's rankings will be on the front page. And if you want to see my rankings will be on the rankings tab. So you click the rankings tab, you'll see both our rankings aligned there. If you want to see my rankings, you click Danny's rankings. If you want to see Bush's rankings, you click Bush's rankings. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. But yeah, if you have any questions that we don't get to, or the live stream's done at 1 and you have guys regarding, who should I start? 4 o'clock, 8:30 games, our rankings are going to be posted there. So there you go. I'm leaning Irv Smith over Ebron. Ebron had a bad game. I'm starting Ebron still.
Yeah, you still got to start Ebron.
Yep. Tanner or Watson. This is so close, but I'm still going Watson, man.
What? Okay, do we have a weather update by any chance?
Let
me go to Kevin Ross' Twitter. I want to see what he says about this game.
Check that. I'll get into the thing. Zero way Mahomes is not MVP. Rodgers lost the race. Rodgers lost the race last night. He still had an efficient 2-touchdown outing. Like, it's not like he played bad. Like,
yeah. Is it crazy to say Josh Allen's at least got a chance?
He's third.
He's third. I think he's comfortably third. But does he have a chance at actually winning it, or does he have no chance?
I don't think so. I mean, what Mahomes and Rodgers have done throughout the longevity of the season, like, I can't ignore that. I know Josh Allen's been really good in his own right, but Rodgers has 41 touchdowns in 14 games. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, I saw a stat today too. There's only one player in NFL history to have 3 separate seasons of 40+ passing touchdowns, and it's Aaron Rodgers. So,
yep,
nice little stat there. If he goes absolutely bonkers in these next couple games, like, I wouldn't, like, he could hit 50, man. I think he's a lock for 45.
Okay, so we have chance of precipitation 15% in the Titans-Lions game. It's cloudy with low winds, so it shouldn't be a concern for A.J. Brown or for Corey Davis, for Ryan Tannehill, or anyone else in that game. The weather looks like it's going to hold up. It's 48 degrees, too, so it's not even that cold.
Fair. Either way, I'm still going with Watson. But talking about Rodgers, man, like, he's a lock for 45 touchdowns. He could maybe hit 50, like, if he absolutely explodes these next 2 games. Like, he's at 41 passing touchdowns right now. Like, he's a lock for 50 or 45. I mean, like, there's no other way to put it.
50, he need to score. He need to have what?
Yeah, no. 5. 50 probably won't happen, but he's probably going to end up around 47 or so.
Plays Titans next week. You can throw 4 touchdowns against the Titans.
I hope not, because if I make the championship, I'm probably going to be playing against him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he's at 40 touchdowns. That's my bad.
The sad thing for me is that if I make the championship, I have A.J. Brown, and A.J. Brown's going to get some Jair treatment next week, which is not fun.
Pain. The Steelers have abandoned the run for no reason. Yeah, I know, right?
And to me, it's for good reason. It's because James Conner sucks.
Yeah. Full PPR. I'm definitely going Terry over Pollard.
Speaking of running backs in the Steelers, let's get Naji Harris in a Steelers uniform.
Yes.
Let's get Naji Harris in a Steelers uniform.
He's my RB1. Like, it's just,
he's your RB1, huh?
Yeah, I love ETN.
Did you watch the Clemson game?
Oh, I love ETN. Don't get me wrong, but man, what Harris does all around, I can't ignore that.
It's crazy to say that he's probably a better receiver than ETN, but even for his size, it's crazy to say that he's like, and not even just for his size, like overall, he's a better receiver. But it's wild to say that about Harris.
And in the first half, didn't he have like 5 catches for 83 yards and 3 touchdowns?
Spoiler alert for some of our offseason content, but we're going to go over the best way that you guys, as like, even if you're a casual fan, there's certain things that you can pay attention to about college running backs, about college wide receivers, about college quarterbacks that are indicative of future fantasy production. And running backs who can catch passes is probably the biggest thing on that list.
Absolutely. And Leroy, I would go with Corey Davis for this question. No, he's a good corner, can't lie. Talking about Carlton. Full PPR, pick 1 running back, 2 wide receivers, and a flex. Okay. So the running back here for me is easily Akers. I know Pollard and Gallman are fine, but yeah, Akers is a lock there in my opinion. And for the 2
flex for me.
Really? For the 2 receivers, it's easily
Woods and Jefferson are the 2 receivers, and then I would easily flex Pollard over Hilton, Claypool, and Manuel.
Pollard versus Gallman's close for me, but
I personally made the decision to play Pollard over Gallman in my home league, so I will go with Pollard.
Hey, we talked about it before. What's it called?
I gotta check if anyone picked Pollard in that poll that I made.
Fair,
because if he has 2 good, if Zeke could be out next week too. Do you know who you guys play next week?
Off my head, the Eagles.
The Eagles?
Yeah,
that's healthy. That's a healthy matchup. It's not like a great matchup, but should be.
Hopefully they beat us.
Yeah, sure.
I want to lose. Pain. Oh, that's fine, bro. You like.
Yeah, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, I would have done absolutely the
Hindsight's
same.
2020. If Pollard has a 40-point game, you're gonna be like, oh shit, I played Pollard over, or I played Ekeler over Pollard. But like the rational decision at the time would have been to play Ekeler, so you can't really kill yourself for that.
I'm going right. I'm still going James Robinson over Pollard. I think that would be too cute, personally.
I think it's too cute too.
Yeah, Kiki QT or Michael Pittman Jr. I need upside since Diggs went off. Full PPR.
I think the floor and the upsides with Pittman.
Yeah, I just don't think.
I don't think QT's very good.
Reed over Akins. Reed. Is Cook over Komet? Jared Cook? No, I have him ranked higher.
No, I have him ranked over Komet comfortably. So
yeah. I made a FanDuel lineup. I was able to get both Kamara and Henry in that, so that's pretty fun.
Oof.
And Taylor.
Yeah, that's pretty
nice. Morning, gents. Full PPR. Choose two. Johnson, Cooks, Woods, or Swift. Thanks, good guys, and good luck this week. So Cooks, I'm going with the last three. Cooks. Oh, sorry, it's only two. Woods and Swift.
Woods and Swift are my answer there.
Pretty easily for me. Get my guy Josh Allen his love. He's got the Stephon Diggs PFB Mike Mosh out here.
Yeah, I don't think he's MVP. I think if Mahomes and Rodgers have two bad games in a row, then sure, he could win the MVP. But Mahomes is going to go off today, and Rodgers is going to go off next week. So
for sure.
And I think doesn't Mahomes play like the Falcons next week?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he does.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember when Russell Wilson was ahead of the race? Pain.
Yeah, that's what the hell happened to him.
That's what 2-3 turnovers a game does for you. But Lamb, Gage, or Higgins, flex PPR. I'm going Gage here. I'm going Gage. And
I'd take Higgins.
That's fair. I think the smart play is Seattle's D against Haskins, but that's fine. I mean, like they both should be.
I don't think that's Seattle's D's been playing better, so I don't think it's a bad play. But I think the Pats, if you want a defensive touchdown, which is what the ceiling of a fantasy defense is, the Pats are more likely to do it than the Seahawks.
Yeah, for sure. He has more passing touchdowns than they have punts.
Is that actually true?
That's crazy. Yeah, Jared just said that. Or not Jared, fucking Tyler. My bad. Allow me. I'm tired after my workout, Tyler. Nothing personal.
Also have Gibson and Mixon out, so starting Wilson and Pollard. Yeah. I mean, Pollard's a fine start. Wilson's a little bit riskier, but Gibson, I'm not sure if Gibson plays again this season. I said that when he went out the first time. I was like, I don't know if he's going to play again.
Yeah.
At least the fantasy season. Maybe he gets back in week 17, but week 16, I don't think he's playing.
Still play A.J. Brown over Woods only because of the weather.
Yeah, so the weather's not a concern. So I would play A.J. Brown over Woods.
I can't sit Brown regardless. That guy's too good. Oh, yeah, Connor sucks, but the Steelers do know that. Yeah, but I mean, like they'd rather just mix in everybody. Like Snell's getting work. McFarland's actually getting more work.
I think Snell deserves to get the bulk of the carries right now.
To be honest, they need Naji Harris.
They need him so bad.
Yeah, I feel that, man. But he's so good when he is on. Pick 2 half PPR: Drake, Carson, Mostert, Wilson. I'm going with the first two pretty comfortably here. Mostert versus Carson. I didn't even notice.
Mostert and Carson is close. I would play
I'm still going Carson.
I think I'd go first two. Yeah.
Yeah. I just saw Jeff Wilson. I completely looked over Mostert. McLaurin or Swift and flex. Wow.
I don't think it's close.
I'm going Swift, but like McLaurin's a top 13 receiver for me this week.
Yeah, he is too. But I always favor running backs, and Swift's a top 8 running back for me. So,
fellas, have to dip. Good luck, everyone. Nice seeing you in the chat, Papa Lepre. Good luck on your match.
About to leave. Good luck. Good vibes for this game, and hopefully we all make it to Merry Chipmas next week, as the first game of week 16 is Christmas Day. Did you know that?
Wait, what happened? Sorry.
There's a game on Christmas Day.
I love that.
Friday too.
Really? What game is it?
So I think someone said this on NFL Network. This season will be the first time in NFL history that there was an NFL game played every single day of the week, because there's going to be a Friday game.
Dude, who plays on Christmas? Oh,
Vikings and Saints.
Oh my God, I have Kamara.
I get to watch Kamara, and if I make the championship in my school league, then I have Cook in that game.
Live. That's
epic.
Yeah. Pollard not close for their Hajab.
And Boxing Day too. We have like the Bucks play at 1 against the Lions, and then there's a bunch of other games too on the Saturday.
Tay Adams sold, man. Yeah, my boy Josh here, probably the favorite to win our league. Top 4 left. His team's literally putting up like 140 every week.
Yeah.
He has Devontae Adams, Aaron Rodgers stack. He also had Darren Waller.
That sucks this week. That sucks.
Oh, that's why No offense, Josh. I love you. You're an awesome.
You're glad, and I'm glad because I play Adams.
The guy he's playing against also had Stephon Diggs, so that projection shrunk to like 13 points, I believe.
Yeah.
So it'll be close. Josh, I need you to lose, man. I do not want to play you. I don't want to play you, man. I'm sorry. I gave you Adams too. That would be completely disrespectful if he snapped against me in the championship. So,
yeah.
Anyways, love you, but I need you to lose. So Vicia coming in with the $5 dono. Appreciate that a ton. He says,
stream.
Yeah, for sure. He says full PPR, Juju, A-Robs, Woods, Demont, Mostert, 2 wide receivers, running back. And then for the defensive question, he says San Francisco or KC. So for the first part, you're allowed to start 2 receivers here and a running back. The running back you're starting is Demont. It's not particularly close for me. And of the 2 receivers you're starting, it's going to be A-Rob and Woods.
Also not particularly close for me.
Agreed. And for the defense, I'll go with San Fran against Dallas instead of KC versus the Saints. So
KC's defense is usually good because they get up early and they get a lot of sacks and some turnovers as a result. But I think Breeze being the quarterback, he doesn't get sacked very much. He doesn't throw a lot of picks. So I'd go with San Fran.
For sure. So again, appreciate that $5 super chat. Hopefully help you out and good luck in your matchup. So where do we leave off? We left off.
Good job, I think. No, we got to him. Oh yeah, we got to him. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's facts. Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, I think so. Russell Wilson probably should have won MVP in 2017, but his team is only 9-7. Like the year that Brady won it, when Wentz went down, I think Russell Wilson had a legitimate shot.
In 12 games, though, no.
No, Brady was good, but had Russ's team won 11 or 12 games, I think he would have won it, to be honest, because he had a monster performance against the Eagles that year, and the Eagles were 13-3. Like he had some marquee games against really good opponents, and he carried that team.
Yeah, I agree. Jeff Wilson, Pollard, AB. Pollard not particularly close for me there. Not calling a bad quarterback. That's my argument for Allen not getting MVP, even if
he definitely has had some down games
for sure.
And there was a stretch. What was it like week 5 to 10 where he wasn't very good at all.
Call me crazy. With Stafford playing, I'm going Hawk.
Yeah.
It's just weird playing a tight end in the flex spot, but yeah, I'm going Hawk all day, every day. I'll take Super Bowl MVP. There you go. Hopefully the Bills can clutch one out for you.
I just want to be, Michael, I just want to be the guy and take my victory lap saying that one of the reasons I was so high on Stephon Diggs this year is that I said Josh Allen could take a 3rd-year leap. Yeah. And he definitely has.
Yep. And absolutely, Jorge just outlined exactly what you said every day this year.
Yeah, exactly.
Christmas magic? I hope so. I mean, Alvin Kamara can be my Christmas present.
Alvin Kamara's putting up 40 this week, and he's putting up 40 next week. You can book that.
Hey, whoever put Alvin Kamara as the highest owned championship winner is probably looking good right now.
I really hope someone did, because I know no one did Russell Wilson until the last 5 minutes of the poll.
Someone has to have done Alvin Kamara
I'm sure.
Ayuk or Woods. I love Woods, but man, I'm not sitting Ayuk. I'm not sitting Ayuk against Dallas.
I'm sitting Ayuk for Woods.
I'm not.
I can't. I keep the matchup's so good for both guys. That's such a horrible decision that you have to make, to be honest.
Yeah, I know, facts. Why can't you start both? Let me know in the
comments. I want to know who else you're starting, because if you're starting McLaurin over one of those guys, I'm starting both of them over McLaurin.
You do, Jared. Good luck. And my boy Josh, he's also got DK. So if Devontae Adams or Aaron
Rodgers, a lot of people said Alvin Kamara.
If Devontae Adams or Aaron Rodgers doesn't snap, it's all good, because you got DK Metcalf or maybe Nick Chubb snaps. This guy's team, and Darren Waller already snapped for you. Your team's fucking ridiculous, Josh. You can relax. Jeff Wilson, Pollard or AB. Pollard, not particularly close. He keeps saying, should I start Pollard? Yes. We've answered the question multiple times. So, Job, please start Pollard.
You know what's wild, Danny? No one said Pollard in that poll.
Interesting. Should I say it right now?
Pollard.
I'm joking.
That would save me $100 if Pollard's that guy.
Is Cooks a safe play, or should I play Gage or Chark over him full PPR? I would start Cooks regardless over either of those guys. So you should. I suppose
depends who your other options are, but I think he said what was his? Yeah, Jeff Wilson, Pollard, AB. Yeah, definitely start Tony Pollard in that situation.
Yeah, oh damn, the guy he played against had the Adams, Rodgers, and Tanya stack, which didn't do that great, but he also had Diggs to kind of balance it. So
I think if you played the Aaron Rodgers, Tanyan, and Adams stack, you're chilling. That's a pretty good outcome. Could have been a lot worse.
I need those 42. Let's get
I
it.
need those 40 also.
By the way, too, after we're done this season, this fantasy football season, we'll have like a little. Well, we might cook up like a little award show or something.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
we'll have a little award show.
Fantasy MVP, stuff like that. Have fun with you guys. But yeah, it's the time, man. It's the time. Sorry, I do admit the award itself isn't indicative of its name because usually the MVP is actually the most valuable player.
Yeah, it's a narrative award.
Agreed. Browns D or Seahawks D and pick one Claypool, Pollard, Marvin Jones. So for the first part, I'm going with Browns D, and for the second part, I'm going Pollard.
Both those decisions are pretty easy too.
Yep. Washington football team or the Niners? I'm going Niners because Washington plays the Seattle.
Yep.
Bush that.
Yeah, I think he's because I said Allen took the third year jump or whatever.
Oh yeah. Adam Thielen or Cooper Kupp, half APR. I'm going Thielen.
Well, Sean Austin, that's his matchup. Cooper Kupp.
Fair. I'll tell you right now where I have them.
Adam Thielen's matchup is Cowboys.
I actually agree with you. I have Kupp at 13 and Thielen at 14. I didn't realize that.
I got Kupp at 12 and Thielen at like 15 or 16.
That's fair. Yeah, I guess we agree there. I can start both because my lineup is Patty, Henry. Wow. Okay. So you
can't start both. I would start Woods. I would start Woods or Ayuk over Cam Akers.
I wouldn't.
I would
start Ayuk over.
What did you say the scoring format was?
Half PPR, I believe.
Is it half? If it's full, I would start those two receivers over. I guess Woods is the guy he has out of his lineup right now. So I would start Woods over Akers.
He didn't say the format, but leave that in the comments there, Jorge. Logan Thomas or Irv Smith. Irv, real slate for me. Real close. But yeah. The problem that I have with Logan Thomas is that we saw his usage. Yeah, and we saw
his Smith isn't playing too.
That's what I mean. We saw his usage with Alex Smith. Alex Smith absolutely feeds McKissick and Logan Thomas. By the way, that's why I also expect McLaurin to have a huge bounce back.
I think he's gonna have a better game too.
Okay. If it's full PPR, I'm definitely fine with starting Woods over Akers. I just read that.
Yeah, it's full PPR. Yeah, I would start Woods over Akers in that situation.
Yeah, there you go. You also took him because you're a Bills fan and you want to support your one of your best players. I completely understand that. That's why, as a Cowboys fan, I wanted Michael Gallup and CeeDee Lamb basically everywhere in this year. Michael Gallup didn't really pan out too well, but CeeDee Lamb was looking good.
Because he had Nick Chubb too.
Yeah. His team is
consider starting Akers over Nick Chubb.
I can't do that.
I can't do it either, but would you consider it? Is my question.
Well, I mean, I have Akers at 8 and Chubb at 7, so if that answers your question, like they're close, but I can't do it.
Or hey, if you got the balls to sit Akers, I would do it, but I understand if you don't want to.
Yeah. Kamara getting 40. Yeah, definitely. Fire it up. I know you don't want to see that because you're playing against him, but someone else on your team other than Tyreek Hill can snap. How about that?
Yeah, everyone but Tyreek Hill can snap this week, and DeAndre Hopkins.
You can get 50 for you. I don't care.
I need a down game from Hopkins and Hill, please.
Hey, fuck the Cowboys. Oh yeah, Josh also has Swift as well, and I mentioned Chubb, DK, Waller, Adams, Rodgers. Like, fuck off.
He had Aaron Jones at least in this situation.
Oh yeah, Good luck regardless.
Yeah.
Sanders, Montgomery, Thielen, half PPR, pick one. I'm
going Sanders there.
I'm going Montgomery.
You go Montgomery over Sanders?
Because I'm playing against him, especially. And also because he's been that good these past couple weeks.
The matchup's better for Sanders. I think Sanders is a better running back.
I hope you're right, man. I hope you're right.
I'll go with Miles Sanders. I'm playing against Sanders, so
so we're reverse jinxing it.
Yeah, we're gonna reverse jinx it. Anytime I'm playing against someone, I play them in like my DFS lineup so that it's a win-win if they go off.
Hunter McKissick, half PPR. I got Hunt higher.
Yeah, I'll go Hunt.
Definitely. So start Woods over Akers and full PPR.
You got the ball to do it. I'd do it personally.
Kyler Murray, Ryan Tannehill. Thank you guys. I'm going Kyler there, Kevin.
Yeah, Kyler Murray for sure.
All the rest of my opponent and my players play in today's first two slates of the game, so it could possibly come down to our two flex spots. His Jarvis versus you're laughing. What the heck? What is that comparison? Nick Chubb versus Jarvis? Easy. You forgot to say Swift as well if DK or Chubb doesn't snap. Yeah, like Josh, stop. I know your team's good, man. I don't want to play you in the championship, so you could take the third place crown for all I care about. Patriots defense or Niners defense? Thank you guys. I'm going with the Patriots there personally. Patriots against rookie quarterbacks. Y'all already know. Yeah. Tampa Bay defense or San Fran. I love San Fran's matchup, but I'm not sitting the Tampa Bay defense against Atlanta. We've already talked about in the start or the ranking show. I'm sure you mentioned in the start sit, but Tampa's defense will absolutely fucking nail teams that can't protect their quarterbacks, and Atlanta has not been able to do that whatsoever. So, yeah.
Actually, I want to go over the O-line, D-line mismatches real quick because you just got me. The PFF does this in terms of like the player grades and all that kind of stuff for the O-line versus D-line. Apparently, the biggest mismatch, probably not a surprise to a lot of people, is Washington versus Seattle.
Yeah,
the D-line of Washington has a big advantage against the O-line of Seattle.
Yeah, fuck.
Actually, sorry, I'm reading it backwards. The O-line of Washington has the biggest advantage against the D-line of Seattle. The D-line of Seattle is pretty dog shit. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's crazy. What about Tampa?
The O-line has the biggest advantage against, or the second biggest advantage against the Giants D-line.
I didn't even know they posted that on weekly tools.
Yeah, they do.
So the highest.
Can you guess what the biggest disadvantage is?
Oh, no. Take this in right now before I say anything. Can you guess who the top two advantages are for run blocking versus run defense?
Well, I have them pulled up here. So.
Oh, okay. Man, this makes me happy because Jonathan Taylor, I have him. That 66% advantage looking crispy. And then if you guys have Derrick Henry, you already know how much that guy is. That's going to be fun.
You got a great advantage against Arizona if you got Miles Sanders. Now to Kate for jinxing it.
Hey, go figure. The biggest disadvantage is going to be up today's slate is actually going to be my boy David Johnson. So,
and here's a piece of advice too. The biggest disadvantages in terms of pass blocking against the opposing defensive lines. New York Giants is 72% disadvantage against Cleveland and Myles Garrett. Yeah, and then Cincinnati, not a surprise to anyone against the Steelers defense. Of course, I play against the Steelers defense.
Look at Cincinnati's percentages.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, the Jets against Aaron Donald and the Rams is a pretty big disadvantage for them. And then Minnesota against Chicago, I called that too. Yeah. Bad pass blocking against good pass rush. Not going to end well for them.
For sure. So we already said Wilson over Tannehill. I'm assuming you did that as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Irv Smith or Evan Ingram. I don't know where I actually have Evan Ingram in my rankings right now.
Evan Ingram is cleared to play. He was questionable, I guess.
I have Ingram higher.
Cleared to play.
Yeah, I have Ingram higher.
I think I would go Ingram.
Yep. Is Jimmy Graham playing, by the way?
I can check.
That affects Cole Kmet. I don't know. I just randomly thought of that. How do you think Russell will do against Washington? Also, Colts or Browns D. So for the first part of the question, I think Russell will do fine. Again, obviously it limits his ceiling because Washington's got a very good pass defense. But I mean, we're still talking about Russell freaking Wilson. The Seattle offense can absolutely snap at any point.
Jimmy Graham's going to play.
So, okay, then that answers the question. That kind of limits Kmet's upside because I had him in my FanDuel. But anyways, the matchup limits his ceiling, but I think Russell's weekly floor is just high enough to the point that you have to start him. Like, I think he'll be fine. And Colts versus Browns defense. Looking at the graphic I just saw, I mean, it's looking like it's going to be the Browns.
The Colts defense hard to sit though.
It's hard to sit, but man, like this is going to be fun. It's going to be fun. The Giants.
The Browns are probably going to romp the Giants tonight. I would have expected it to be a bit of a closer game, but I think the Browns are going to fucking destroy them.
Yep. Is that T. Higgins?
I think it's
Shark.
I think it's Shark. I think it's Shark for me.
Yeah, if you need the upside, I'm going with Shark.
I think regardless, it's Shark. Upside, floor, whatever. Then none of them have high floor, so I'll go with Shark.
Fair. Yeah, that's fair.
I wanted to move Shark up in my rankings. I've answered him to a lot of these questions.
Chris Carson or Dobbins. I'm going Dobbins there, Carlos, especially in a full PPR. Sheesh, I hate fantasy. LO, I have Akers in just because I feel like that game will be a blowout right away. And I fully agree. That's why I would go Akers as well, but Bush doesn't agree with me.
Yeah, again, do with what your gut says because that is a hard decision that you got to make, whether you're going to play Woods or Akers. My gut tells me that Woods outscores him, especially you said it's a full PPR league. I think even if Woods doesn't outscore Akers, the range of outcomes is way in Woods' favor because there is a chance that they go up early. Maybe they get a defensive touchdown or something. Or a special teams touchdown, and they take Akers out of the game, and they run Darrell Henderson and Malcolm Brown instead. There's a chance that happens.
Maybe, but by that point, maybe he's at 150 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns.
Not if he doesn't get the scores, though. If he has like maybe he's efficient. Maybe he gets like 12 carries for like 75 yards in the first couple quarters, but they get Aaron Donald gets like a strip sack and someone takes it to the house, and Robert Woods gets like a long touchdown, or Cooper Kupp gets a long touchdown, and they're up 21-0 at the in the middle of the second quarter. They might start running Darrell Henderson instead.
That's fair. I'm still going with Akers. Bowden or Alma considering offense. Give me Bowden there.
Yeah, I'll take Bowden. Actually, non-PPR, I think I would take Ahmed.
I don't know. I just don't trust him coming back from the injury.
Yeah, he's a little lucky, I guess.
And yeah, that is that boy Derrick Brown playing? Because him and Brian Burns next to him for the future is going to be ridiculous.
Yeah. Brown had a good game. Burns so underrated, man. I
was going to say it right now. Is Burns a top 5 edge rush asset in the NFL?
No.
Okay.
So you got to. I'm taking age into account. Yeah, I'm taking both Bosa brothers over him. I'm taking Chase Young over him. I'm taking
Garrett.
I'm taking Garrett. Yeah, I'm taking Garrett over him.
He's top 8 then at minimum.
Yeah, I like Burns. I think he's a great player. I actually probably an L looking back on it. I had him higher than Bosa in that draft on my big board.
I had him as number 2 or number 3.
I had him as my number 3 player in that draft.
I had him as my number 3 rusher because I was Josh Allen's year as well, right?
Yeah, I had it. In terms of players in that draft, I had it Quinnen as the best player in that draft. I had it. Who was the other really big asset in that draft?
Oh, Josh Allen.
Yes, but not him. Who else went really high?
Kyler Murray.
Yes, Kyler Murray. Sorry, I had Kyler Murray second because of the position, and then I had Burns, Bosa, Allen, White.
That was what, 2019 draft, right?
Yeah,
got you. Yeah, man.
If Devin White could cover, he would have been higher, but he didn't cover in college either. So
you remember when the Giants took a nose tackle over Brian Burns?
Yeah, I was low key a little mad that we took Devin White over Josh Allen, because Josh Allen has been a good player in Jacksonville. I can assure you he would be even better if he was on Tampa Bay.
Oh yeah, imagine him.
The Todd Bowles defense, because he played 3-4 outside linebacker in college. He's playing at a 4-3 right now. And I'm pretty sure he added weight. If he was playing in Todd Bowles' defense, he would be him and Shaq Barrett would be the best pass rush duo in the league right
Probably,
now.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, JPP's eating, and JPP
I think we would have been. Our defense would have been better if we had Josh Allen and Shaq Barrett instead of and we let JPP walk in free agency or something like that, or we had him as like a pass rush specialist and we move him inside like we do on pass rushing downs.
Not to mention, I mean, Josh Allen actually has some inside versatility. So if you want to play all 3 on the field at the same time,
JPP has played inside all season, like on pass rushing down. So I think he's the easy guy that you slot inside. And I think Kevin Minter, low key, when he played those couple games last year when Devin White was sick and had that knee injury, he was better in coverage by a mile, and it was noticeably better for our pass coverage. So I don't think our defense would be missing all that much with Kevin Minter as our linebacker. And if we didn't pick Devin White, we probably would have picked another linebacker or signed another linebacker at some point. So, yeah.
Also, this is literally the question we've been having all stream. I say Ayuk, he says Woods. So
scoring format's actually, I don't think so because they're both high volume guys. So I don't think it mattered.
I think Washington smokes. I hope so.
Wow. Oh, you want to go with an underdog pick here?
Oh yeah. Washington's honestly like a good show for that, to be quite honest. But
yeah,
looking at these right now.
I
think Washington's the best show.
I got my underdog pick. They're 8.5 point underdogs. Give me the Detroit Lions over the Tennessee Titans.
Oh, I can't see that. I'm stuck between Washington over Seattle or the Eagles over the Cardinals.
That's my big underdog pick. If I was going for I like to go for the big ones because they're fun.
That's fair.
And we're not like keeping track or betting on.
Actually, no, never mind. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna lock it in right now. I'm gonna say Eagles over Cardinals.
Yeah, I think you know what? I'm gonna reverse jinx this. I'm gonna go Falcons over Bucks.
There you go.
Reverse jinx.
Yeah, because he never gets his predictions right, so he knows.
Yes, exactly.
Look at what the Giants did to Seattle's offense.
The spread, though, low key is actually pretty nice for the Falcons and Bucks because I think there's a chance it's a low scoring game, and 6.5 is a lot of points to give up in a low scoring game.
Honestly, like Tyler, I don't disagree with you. I think Washington could absolutely take this game. Pats D or Vikes D, Cards Titans on waivers, ton of bonus points. Straight up, I'm going with the Pats D out of all these options.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, I hope you're right about the Lions because I have TJ Hawkinson, and if they win, it's
in a couple leagues.
If they win, it's going to be because probably Hawkinson catches a touchdown.
I think if they win, it's because of Swift.
That's fair. I mean, I could see like if they win though, like Hawkinson would absolutely have to.
That game is the highest paced game of the week too, in terms of the pace of play. Like that game could get out of hand in terms of scoring. Like that could be a 35 to 32 type game.
Agreed. So we left off at Tyler. We got that $2 super chat from Kaleo. Good luck, boys. Let's go Kamara.
Yes, sir.
Everybody's on the Kamara train today. Let's get it. We need it. Choo choo. Yeah, other than Tyler. Kamara, 40 bomb incoming.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to the last couple questions before 1 p.m. here.
Where do we leave off? I just said it.
Trey gets buckets, I think.
Oh, no. There's a couple more.
Pittman or David Johnson. He said, that's my final.
David Johnson.
David Johnson. Yeah, for sure.
Close for me. Especially if you, Yetur is good. And then, Short.
If he comes back. I was so high on him.
I have him as my number 24 player, I think, in the last
I had a first round grade on him, too. So, I
had 25 first round grades, and he was one of them.
And when we say first round grades, we're not actual scouts. Like, we do our best, but we're not like, we don't know totally what we're talking about.
Yeah,
so
we like to dabble. We like
to pretend to be scouts.
Out of all these options, I'm actually sitting Thielen. It's crazy. The Vikings receivers are so close, but I'm still in Thielen over Jefferson.
Let me check the matchups again real quick. I kind of want to know I don't really remember who they go up against. So,
let me check right now. So, Vikings are going against the Bears, right?
Yeah, I got Minnesota. Jefferson has Kindle Vildor,
and Adam Thielen has Kyle Fuller. I mean,
I'll take Jefferson.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to move Jefferson up after seeing that match. I didn't know Jalen Johnson was out.
I have he is. I have Jefferson right now at 11 and Thielen at 14. So
I'm moving Jefferson up to 11, and I'm moving Thielen. I have him at 15 already, so I'm just gonna keep him there.
All right. Hurts or Watson? Give me Watson their money bags. Also need more upside between DJ and Pittman. It's DJ still. Like DJ's so consistent, 10, 12, 14 points. He should figure in between there.
Yeah.
I can't sit him over Pittman there. Allen and Barrett over Chubb and Miller. That's close, but I take the juice from Allen and Barrett in there.
Yeah, I think you're underestimating how good Allen would be in this scheme. Like I think Allen is good now. He would be elite in that scheme.
I hope so. I mean,
that team frees especially if Vea was playing right now. The way that the down linemen free up the linebackers in that scheme, outside and inside, like. I know we wouldn't have Devin White if we had Josh Allen, but the speed of that defense would be outstanding if we had Josh Allen and Shaq Barrett on the edge.
All right, so just got announced Notre Dame got named the 4 seed.
Over Texas. Yeah? So it's Ohio State's the 3 then?
Yeah, Ohio State's the 3, Clemson the 2, Bama the 1, and
so Notre Dame and Bama, huh?
So yeah, Bama's winning that game by what, 40?
Yeah, they're gonna kill them. Ohio State and Clemson's a fun game though. That's gonna be fun.
Also, spicy hot. I hope Mariota gets the chance to take over for the record.
Yeah.
PPR, Godwin, Cup, Metcalf, Ridley. Need 3. You have to bench one of those guys.
I'm sitting Ridley.
Yeah, matchup.
It's risky. I would say like the safer play would be to play Cup, Metcalf, and Ridley and sit Godwin, but I would play Godwin over Ridley personally.
That's fair. They're all so close. Plus, Carr was being paid too much. Yeah, facts.
I mean, his contract isn't that bad for a quarterback. Like, it's really not that bad.
$25 million a year for
that's like he's one of the lower paid quarterbacks of the quarterbacks that aren't on rookie deals.
But still, like 20th or what's he like the 20th best quarterback in the league?
Yeah, but that's about where he's being paid.
That's fair. I don't know. Yeah, he's got Eagles over Cardinals too. Great minds think alike there, Jared. What's up, Core? Jake,
Arnold,
the boy Arnold. Hey, I bet growing up, y'all were just like, "Hey, Arnold."
Yeah.
Is he? Are you playing Brady this week confidently?
I am.
There you go. Are you playing against him?
No, I'm playing him.
Yeah. No. Are you playing against Jake?
I'm not in the league that I'm with him in. He had a bunch of injuries and he's kind of in the garbage pile.
Just down my liter of water. We're living.
Yeah.
Breeze or Goff for me. Little Taco. I like your name. Bama's it's not going to be close. It's just
all right. I think get your last minute questions in here. It's 1 p.m. right now, and I am starving, so I'd like to get out of here.
I haven't eaten at all either, so
neither have I.
Don't get me wrong, I like Carr, but it's and especially with Mariota's mobility, like it's always fun to just see the more exciting option prevail.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyways, we'll end this at the 120 mark in the live. We're currently at 140 or 45, so 15 seconds, rapid fire, go.
Yeah, I'm so hungry right now.
Oh, I got fucking eggs chilling on my fucking thing.
Don't wish that evil on us, Tyler.
No, stop. No.
Get that out of here.
No. Okay, so Emmanuel Sanders is going to fumble 3 times. Kamara's going to pick it up and return it for a touchdown. That's what he needs. So, anyways, take care, y'all. Enjoy your matchups. Enjoy your weekend.
Everyone, wishing you all good luck. Hopefully, we have a Merry Chipmas next week.
Good luck. Yeah. Especially, oh man, if I make the championship and Kamara's playing on Christmas, that's like the best.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, take it easy, y'all.